गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज की
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
इस्कान फाउंडर शिल प्रभुपाद की
जय
नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की
जय
सको जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसाद गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय
जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की
जय
मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की
जय
नवदीप मायापुर धाम की
जय
उत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
जय
श्री जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा की
जय
और श्री इस्कॉन फिलाडेल्फिया की
जय
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की
हरे कृष्ण
all most assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्ण
all glorious assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्ण
all glorious assembled devotees,
हरे कृष्ण
all glorious to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Hari Hari Go. Hare Krishna, good morning. Thank you so much for joining and giving me the opportunity here. We will continue to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, the status quo, chapter 11, entitled Calculation of Time, right? Yeah, calculation of time from the atom. And text 21 to 23. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So there are three verses. We will recite, everyone can recite the first one, then I will recite the rest of the two verses. It's text 21. Dharmaschatuspan manujan krute samanu vartate soevanye swadharmena veti pade vardhata धर्मश्चतुष्पान् मनुजान् कृते समानुवर्तते स एवान्ये स्वधर्मेण वेति पादेन वर्धता धर्मश्चतुष्पान् मनुजान् कृते समानुवर्तते स एवान्ये स्वधर्मेण Veti pade navardhata. Please recite.
धर्माश्चतुष्पान् मनुजान् कृते समानुवर्तते स एवन्येष्वधर्मणा पादेन वर्धता
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
धर्मश्चतुष्पन् मनुजान् कृते समानुवर्तते स एवान्येष अधर्मेण भेति पदेन बर्हता हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Dharmaschatuspannujan kriti samvartati sa evanishu dharmena veti padena vardhata. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. धर्मश्चतुष्पान् मनुजान् कृते समन्वो वर्तते स एवन्ये सधर्मेण वेति पादेन वर्धता. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. We will look at synonyms. Dharma, religion. Chatupath, complete 4 dimensions. Manujan, mankind, Krite, in the Satya Yuga, Samanuvartate, properly maintained, saw that Eva, only, unnecessary, in other Mena, by the influence of irreligion, deity declined, Padena, by one part, Bardhata, gradually increasing proportionately. Translation: O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion. But in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was proportionately admitted. Purport. In the Satya millennium, complete execution of religious principles prevailed. Gradually, the principles of religion decreased by one part in each of the subsequent millenniums. In other words, at present there is one part religion and three parts irreligion. Therefore, people in this age are not very happy. Text 22, I'll read the sloka and translation. Tilakya yuga sahastram bhaira brahmano dinam Tavatyeva nisatata yannimilate bisvasu. Outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. When Brahma goes to sleep in his night time, the three planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. In his sleeping condition, Brahma dreams about the Garbhodaksha Vishnu and takes instructions from the Lord for the rehabilitation of the devastated area of space. 23. Nisavasana arabdha lokakalpa anuvartate yavaddinam bhagavata manun bhunja chaturdasa. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begin again in the daytime of Brahma. And they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus, or fathers of mankind. Purport. At the end of the life of each Manu, there are shorter dissolutions also. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are reading the 11th chapter of third canto, which is the status quo, calculation of the time from atoms, and text 21 to 23. O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion. But in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was proportionately admitted. Sorry for that. I would like to say blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas for giving me this opportunity. Very grateful. This, generally, it is said that religion people consider as a blind faith. Thus, not many are interested. But Krishna consciousness provides in Srimad Bhagavatam the science which is beyond which is not conceivable by so many advanced scientists. Even though artificial intelligence is prevailing, and they think that we have achieved so much, yet it's not possible for the humanity to understand this science, which is the Lord's external energy and manifestation. The time, even time calculation, they fail to do. The amount of time is given, the unit of the time is given. We read it in the past. Is inconceivable by the scientist, material scientist. Yet, out of false ego is so prevailing, is ahamkara vimudatma kartaram manyate. Whole false ego is to deny supremacy of someone else. To deny the supremacy of someone else is not just God. Even no, we will not accept anyone who comes better than us, better than me, in front of me. Right? That's the false ego. It's not that we deny only Krishna. There's a competition in this material world, loading over the material world. I'm better than everything, everyone. So that's ahankara. That ahankara is Lord's energy, illusory energy. It bewilders every one of us. Every one of us. So this time chapter is really eye-opening for everyone, for seekers, for devotees, for inquisitors, for people who have knowledge, for scientists, those who are trying to advance in material science. Everyone can take advantage of this Srimad Bhagavatam. But they won't, because they want to put their own patent. There's nothing wrong with scientific advancement, but it has to be in conjunction, aligned with Lord's teachings. Otherwise, the path will call, there's two paths, is called Aroha and Avaroha, ascending and descending process. Descending process is very easy. You just accept what is given, which is proven, which has been realized, which has been experimented, and you just accept and continue to do further research. That's the descending process. That's we all follow as a Krishna consciousness. As Krishna explained, this Krishna consciousness is a topmost science. And ascending process is speculative path. Is a speculation, mental speculation. Today we claim something good. Tomorrow we find same thing is not good for anything. We try to defeat the same conclusions which we have reached. Right? That's why you see so many books which comes on material science. When I was studying in computer science, those books are really not much relevant at this time because you get new versions of the books. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Puranas, you don't find new versions. It's the same presented as it is, just like Prabhupada presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. This Srimad Bhagavatam as it is. Everything is as it is. That remains as they begin with. Because it is coming from O Purushaya, Lord Krishna, who is infallible. Human being is fallible. So it's very important that sincere soul take proper shelter without any adulteration, receive the message without any adulteration. Maitreya Muni is explained to Vidura about now here, about the 4 ages and how the 4 religious principles are practiced in the 4 ages. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. In Satya Yuga, religious dharma means dharma is not a sentiment. Dharma is based on certain principles. Dharma is standing on certain principles. Thus, in Vedic society, people worship the bulls. Bull is a personification of dharma. The four legs represent and the four pillars of the dharma. And what are the four pillars of dharma? Is truthfulness, mercy, right? Truthfulness, mercy, cleanliness, and fourth one is austerity. Truthfulness, cleanliness, mercy, and austerity. There are four pillars of the dharma. Dharma is not just putting a tika or tilak and claim. Dharma is, am I following the religious principles? In the age of Satya Yuga, those principles are very strong, very nicely followed without any compromise. But as the ages degrade, as the ages changes, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga comes, the principles of dharma also degrades. In the first canto, we can see the conversation between bull and actually dharma and earth. Conversation between bull and cow. Bull is the personification of dharma, and cow is the personification of earth. They have a conversation. They're asking, how the degradation will happen in this age of Kali. So Dharma is asking, are you sad because of this? Every place is deceit, politics, hypocrisy, cheating, fall means of livelihood, uncertainty, short duration of life. All these things are symptoms of Kali Yuga in this age. Why? Because it says in other millenniums, religions gradually decreased by one part as religion, as was proportionately admitted. E-religion was proportionately admitted. Means when you accept the e-religion, automatically there's decline in dharma. When fall means of livelihood, when we accept with cheating, plundering, what happens is, this all happens because of the forgetfulness of Krishna. So what about automatically the religion declines? Krishna says, yada yada hi dharma so glanir bhavati bharata. When dharma's glani happens, I come and re-establish the dharma. We will discuss. So that is explained in text 21. And text 22 explains about outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala. Very interesting thing. The four yugas multiplied by 1,000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. So we understand these 14 planetary systems. 14 planetary system is primarily divided into upper planetary system, middle, and lower. Upper planetary system, middle, and lower. Upper is called Swarga, Martya Loka. Prithvi, the earth, is called Martya Loka. Martya Loka is place of dying, Mrityu. That's why I understand Mrityu. Mrityu is prominent in this Loka. And lower planetary system, Patala. So in all this planetary system, the time duration is very different. We learned that, as Sukadeva Goswami explained, that 6 months of ours is 1 day of Sargaloka. So similarly, 6 months of our time is 1 night of heavenly planets. So for us, when it becomes 1 year, there's 1 day and 1 night for the heavenly planets, Swargaloka. But here, particularly is referring here outside of the three planetary systems. This is Swarga, Martya, Patala. It means there is some planet, some Loka, which is Brahma Loka. Lord Brahma is residing, So what happens? The 4 yugas, what is the time duration of that? Is 4 yugas multiplied by 1000. Basically, one Divya Yuga is combination of sum of 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yugas, consisting of 4.3 million years. It's called one Divya Yuga. When we multiply by 1000, it's called one Kalpa. One Kalpa. So that is 1 day of Brahma. That is 1 day of Brahma. Similarly, same amount of time, duration of time, is 1 night for Brahma also. So day of Brahma is, one Dibya Yuga multiplied by 1000, which is 4.3 million in 1000. Similarly, night also, Brahma's night as well, same duration of time. Brahma goes to sleep. So this is interesting thing we can see. I think purport it is mentioned here. When Brahma goes to sleep in his night time, when Brahma's night time begins, he goes to sleep. That time what happens, the 3 planetary systems below Brahmaloka are all submerged in the water of devastation. So makes sense? So we were reading just on Srimad Bhagavatam 8th chapter. No. Yeah. 8th chapter is it? Yeah. He says, at that time when the 3 worlds were submerged in water, Garbhodaksha Vishnu was alone, lying on his bedstead. The great snake, Ananta, and although he appeared to be in slumber in his own internal potency, free from the actions of the external energy, his eyes were not completely closed. So what happens in the night of Brahma? The Lord, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, is in slumber. He's not, his eyes are not completely closed. Okay, he doesn't need sleep. He doesn't need sleep. So there he says the Lord lays down for thousands of cycles, 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas. Same thing. The Shastras are very much consistent. How long? 1,000 yuga cycles he lies in slumber. That is duration of the 1 night of Brahma. And by his external energy, he appeared to be sleeping within the water. When the living entities were coming, okay, so during this time, when Brahma is not dead, living entities are all dead. Means none of the living entities in this universe, material universe, has material body. They all are under the water of devastation. And with subtle body. Sukshma Sarira. Everyone is a Sukshma Sarira. Physical body gets destroyed at the end of the day of Brahma. All the living entities will have a subtle body, and then the sleeping state. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains about that. I think this one, yeah. He explains that all this one, yeah. He says, from the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery when repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam aham brahmana vido ratri yuga sahasrantam te haratra vido yadanaha. Same thing, again, same consistency here. Krishna briefly explained, not much details. 1,000 ages taken together. 1,000 ages taken together. 4 ages you take together. You multiply 1,000. 1,000 ages taken together forms the duration of Brahma's 1 day. And such also is the duration of his night. So Brahma, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, different places, they are very consistently explained that in the life of Brahma, when Brahma goes to sleep in the night every day, he doesn't give up his body. Whereas the all living entities, they are submerged in the water. They go into sleeping states. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they're merged into the unmanifest again. It's like when I sleep, when we sleep in the night, we go into unmanifest states, isn't it? This every day happens to us. We become unmanifest states. Yeah, for others, we can say physically they can see where our body is present. But we really go to unmanifest states in our consciousness. We are sleeping. We are forgetting our body. At death also we go through the same unmanifest states. Repeatedly this happens. Yes, this sloka says, Bhuta Grama Sevayam Bhutta Bhutra Paliyate Ratra Game Vasapartha Prabhavatya Haragame. Again and again. No, again and again, every day and night we wake up, we sleep, wake up and sleep, wake up, sleep. Every life after life we manifest, unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest. Every age as we manifest, unmanifest, we constantly keep going on for us. Thus Krishna is explaining, this verse is Abrahma Bhavanaloka Punarajanmana Punaravartana Arjuna Mamam Bhattetu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. Because this place is a very pleasant place, isn't it? How many of you agree? Very pleasant place. We have so much of attachment to this place. No one wants to leave this world. So many programs are made just to make an eternal home for this temporary place. Asaswatam. Asaswatam. It is true, actually. No one wants to die. Everyone laments when some death happens, when someone leaves the body. I remember when I was a child, I didn't know much religions, but people used to share about some cultures. People die, they won't lament, they will smile. I hope there's some culture still there. But in Hare Krishna, we understand that when a Vaishnava leaves the body, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu celebrated Haridas Thakur's departure very jubilantly, sang and danced. I remember somebody was sharing that some cultures, people die, there's a celebration. And here I am in Krishna consciousness. A Vaishnava never dies. So, unfortunately, those in the bodily consciousness life, we think that, I am so and so, I am this, I am that, I belong to this place, I belong to that place. Bodily attachment is very, very strong. Mam cheva vicharena bhakti yegana sevate sogunan samatitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. To be freed from such attachment is a constant endeavor is needed. Constant endeavor is needed. It's not very easy, just like that. 23 sloka, I didn't cover it. Yeah, it's the same thing actually. At the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma. And they continue to exist to the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus and fathers of the mankind. So what happens again? When that day happens, Brahma again wakes up. He again engages in his activity of creation. Then Manus comes again. In each one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manvantaras. Right? 71 Yuga, Dibya Yuga cycles. So 71 multiplied by 4.3 million years is the duration of one Manvantara. At this time, we are Vaivasvata Manvantara going on. So again, continues. So this material world will remain. This material world is also eternal. There are 5 things mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. We can see Kala, material energy, Kala, nature, Jiva, which is a living entity, Supreme Lord, and activity, karma. So out of all 5, we understand that karma is only a temporary. There's a beginning and there's an end. There's a beginning and there's an end for karma. But all other things, including the material world, is also eternal. However, its manifestation is temporary. Eternal material nature itself eternal, but its manifestation is temporary. Example, like a land. We have a piece of land. Sometimes you see house is there. Sometimes you see this house is gone. So manifest, unmanifest. It's me. I as a soul. I have this body, material body. It is manifesting now. Then it will unmanifest. So as a material nature, it is eternally existing. But as a manifestation, it is temporary. It's temporary. So we are very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada, this Krishna consciousness movement is actually the wonderful, the topmost humanitarian service. Because Prabhupada was very, confident, and he was very determined. He's meant to reclaim all of us. He came to reclaim all of us. That's the whole primary purpose. There's a song, I don't know who sang it. I think Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Aparadha sunyai laha Krishna nam. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran, Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this holy name for the deliverance of the conditioned souls. Nityananda Prabhu distributed, freely distributed. And only qualification is price is faith. Only qualification is faith. That's why it's requested, Aparadha Sunya Hai Loha Krishna Nam. Do you all, how many of you recite 10 offenses to the holy name every morning? First is to blaspheme the devotees who are dedicated their life propagating the holy name of the Lord. Many times we memorize it, but words and actions doesn't matter. It's like a parrot. The first instruction is blaspheming the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. There's so many devotees engaged in constant propagation, but many times, or consciously or unconsciously, we blaspheme them. Either in front of them or behind them, finding faults. A lot of aparadhas happens. Aparadha sunyai laha Krishna nam. There is not only 10 offenses. Rupa Goswami also lists don'ts in devotional service. Anyone can guess how many he lists in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Do's and don'ts. There are 64 items, if I remember, 64 items, don'ts. Anyone remembers? Anyone of them? While practicing bhakti. Don'ts are necessary because only with knowledge we can avoid the aparadhas, false. If you avoid aparadhas, for us the spiritual progress will be very easy. We have to know what our obstacles are. Many times we come very enthusiastic and we do it without following proper protocols, and we offend others, we also get offended, and our taste for Krishna consciousness goes down. So Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this wonderful movement to reclaim us. For me first. It's okay to deliver ourselves first. His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj asked Srila Prabhupada in his last moments of life, he asked him, what do you want me to do? Giriraj Swami Maharaj asked Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, protect yourself. Protect yourself. So our protection is very important. How will we protect? By sincerely catching hold of the lotus feet of the devotees, appreciating the movement, appreciating the devotees, and freeing ourselves from the aparadhas, carefully guarding our devotion, the plant of Bhakti Lata. That's very important. Today is also is Jagannath Rath Yatra, is in Tithivai Jagannath Rath Yatra. We can learn how Krishna is so merciful. He comes out of his altar and gives his darshan to everybody. One side is a constant endeavor by the conditioned souls to stay eternal in this material world, trying to find pleasure. The other side is a constant endeavor by Krishna himself to reclaim all the souls back home. We can see Rath Yatra and in the all Sankirtan movement, parampara system, everything is constantly going on, ongoing process to reclaim all of us. So many souls. Actually, there is no time for us. There is no time for us. There's constant seva. We have it awaiting for us. Tomorrow also we are, our Rath Yatra is not big. Tomorrow also in Delaware we are celebrating Rath Yatra at our temple. It's not big, small. Anyone like to join, please, if you have time, please feel free to join. We'll be happy. So this small or big is not the matter. Jagannath is same, Rath Yatra is same. The purpose is same. Am I aware of it? Why I'm doing celebrating this Rath Yatra? Why I'm practicing bhakti. All programs are to reclaim the suffering souls from the misery. And this is what is the most humanitarian service. And the sincere souls will cooperate without any discrimination. Sincere souls will cooperate without any discrimination in this great cause and help yourself, help ourselves, and help others. Shri Harinama Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I took a couple of minutes more extra. Any comments, corrections, questions?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. Thank you for your class. It's very nice. I'm just having this realization as we're going through this section, especially when we talk about the duration of time and the different yugas and then the ages put together. Just how long we have been here in this material world. And Srila Prabhupada uses the word since time immemorial. I mean, it's inconceivable for us. And we're seeing just the vast sequence of time, duration of time that's come. And we've been here, in so many different bodies. And I think, at least for myself, anytime I try to contemplate this, you think, okay, well, how many lives have I been here? Okay, maybe it's been 1,000, maybe it's been, a couple hundred, was I this, was I that? This is giving such a broad view of, this is just one day of Brahma, and then there's so many, days within a Brahma into a lifetime of Brahma, and there's so many different cycles of devastation, partial devastation, complete devastation, and this is just, one of one Brahma, and there's been many, many Brahmas, that have come, that we've been, living through their lives. And, here we are today speaking about how we can actually escape this cycle of samsara. And it's becoming, kind of mind-blowing, just how one fortunate we are to have this kind of exit plan. And how unfortunate it would be if we didn't take advantage of it. But then again, just we've been here for a very, very, it's an understatement to say a very long time. it's just inconceivable to us how long we've actually been involved here in this material world. Anyway, this is just kind of my reflection as we go on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. That's true. In one sense, as you mentioned, we don't know when we came. That's the only thing. But somehow or other, this question was also asked by Prabhupada. He said, don't see how you came. See how you can get out of it. When the fire, comes house and the house is burned, you don't see how, you don't experiment how the fire is started there. You need to escape from that place. So by studying this Brahma's lifetime, we can understand the dangerous situation of this material world. Unfortunately, so much of attachment. In spite of all this knowing well, the lust is so strong. Still, many people want, it's not, there are two things. Yeah, one is knowledge of this material world, and you have to act spiritually. That's both. One doesn't have to be just fearful living this dangerous world. No, it's not. Purpose is that we have a mission and we have purpose. It's not a place for the gentleman, right? And there's we advance, we transcend these modes. So that's why at the beginning we understand the nature of this world. And yehi sansparsa bhoga dukkha nirvate, 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 5.22. Adi antavanta konteya nate suramate buddha. The intelligent people, they live in this world, they find this nature, and they say, okay, it's not for me, but it's for Krishna. I engage in Krishna service. That's why, based on the consciousness of people, this material nature experience is different. For conditioned soul, this material will be full of troublesome. For liberated soul, transcendentally, those engaged this material world can be a place of lila. Veera Raghava Swami, Veera Raghava Acharya explains. He says that where the problem in the material world, he's asking. It's a funny question, isn't it, for us? We see problems, everything. Where's the problem in material world?
Nitya Siddha doesn't think that way.
Yeah, and Jadava is saying Rahugan. Rahugan was taunting him like that. And Jadava is saying, I'm not carrying this palanquin. It's been taken care by material energy. Ahamkara, because of my false ego, I'm thinking I'm the doer, I'm carrying everything, the one. But Jadavarat was not free from false ego. So material world is not wrong. Material world is bad for only if you have attachment to it. Material world is wonderful, spiritual, if you give everything for the pleasure of the Lord. That's why Rupa Goswami explains, my pure devotees, who was practicing sincerely pure devotees, they do not aspire for liberation. Prabhupada said, if Krishna orders him, he will happy to go to hell also to preach Krishna consciousness. He came to America also to preach. Why? Voluntarily he took in, because he is transcendental. He voluntarily took inconveniences to come to America. This is the proof how great souls, pure souls, are not connected with this material body. They see everything in relationship to Krishna. So living in America also, we can offer everything. We can do 100% life surrenders, serving Krishna consciousness. That's the art of bhakti. Is our perception, everything changes. Right? We lived here. At the beginning, we should try to go back, and further purification comes, we should be willing to take inconveniences for the pleasure of the Lord. And do festivals, preach, serve nicely, cooperate in Srila Prabhupada's movement, not be envious of each other. We need to work on our anarthas, and with determination, steady determination, one has to practice bhakti. Thank you, Dhanacharya, for your comments. Yeah, you're right. Everybody has a different consciousness. We have been living it for so long. Any other comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Mataji.
Sorry, please pardon me if I say something wrong, but I really like Dula Prabhu's question because suddenly the second question came in my mind that they always say that if you are a devotee, you definitely if you're not going to back to Godhead in this life, you will get another human life in next life. Um, but that's what I'm thinking, and they also say, and then you are going to start your bhakti where you left.
Hmm.
So now I'm wondering, like, being a human being in this body, it's impossible unless you are in bhakti from your birth, from your childhood. You will protect yourself from sins, but being a human being, even a bhakt will make so many offenses. So that means you keep cycling in that life, birth after birth, birth after birth. I don't know how many human lives we will be getting. I have no, I don't know. You can guide me with that, but uh, I'm just confused, Prabhu.
Yeah, that's true. You know that procrastination. Okay, I'll do tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow. Isn't that's what it's called, procrastination? Right? So this is the thing. Krishna assures that, Neha Vikramana Sastri Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bhayat. If you do a little bit, I guarantee you assure you get next human life. Well, what will you do in next human life? Same endeavor you have to do bhakti. Your bhakti doesn't end where you started. Whatever quantity you did, advancement you did, you will continue the next. Same thing you will do. If you do next life same, why not I do now? It's the same thing, procrastination. Oh, okay, let me do. I'll do this much, and in next life I'll. It's procrastination. Tomorrow I will chant rounds. After I turn 50, I will give up things. After I turn 60, I will do this. After my children are getting married, after they settled, I started earning more money. It's called procrastination, and that is not favorable for bhakti. The whole purpose of given Mataji, that statement is only to inspire us. Example, Sukadeva Goswami inspired Parikshit Maharaj by giving the example of Ajamil chanting one mantra, one name, how Ajamil got benefited. Sometimes people say, hey, Ajamil chanted one name, he got delivered. We are chanting so many. Why there is a need of it? Right? So idea is, he was inspired him to see power of one holy name is such powerful. If you chant regularly without any expectation, how wonderful it is. So we need to come out of, we get the knowledge. Yes, bhakti never ends. Bhakti stays with us unless we commit offenses. But now at this time, I need to surrender. Otherwise, if I don't, it's called procrastination, which is misusing the things. Okay, I will do it later. The whole life is there. Isn't it true? So this is not a very favorable for bhakti. You know it is there. You know your quota, but I need to act now. I need to act now. Does it make sense, Mataji?
Ji Prabhu, definitely. I'm just worried about the sins I made before coming to devotional services.
Yes. Patita pavana hetu tavavatara masamam patita prabhu napaivar. The beauty of Krishna consciousness is that since sinful person doesn't get disqualified to practice bhakti, the more sin, you can be more qualified. Most of our, because you came to deliver the fallen, sinful person, I am the most sinful, I am deserve the first person to please deliver. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is sinful person is not disqualification. In the past, what happened? Some people have a habit of intoxication. When I was building the congregation here, and I had to deal with so much of people who are addicted. Give them the opportunity. But some other people didn't like it. Hey, how come you're giving opportunity to a drunkard? Well, everyone has the baggage of sinful activities. If you don't give a person, how one person will develop, grow? So Krishna forgives all our sins, but he doesn't permit us to commit sinful activities on the strength of the chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is one offense. You're bringing your concern is very important. Actually, we should be concerned. We should be afraid of. Prahlad Maharaj, when benediction was offered by Nrsingadev, he said, tell me what you want. Or not only benediction. Prahlad Maharaj said, I'm not afraid of anyone, because Brahma was afraid, Lakshmi was afraid, everyone is afraid. Prahlad was not afraid of Nrsinga. He said, I'm not afraid of anyone, oh my Lord. I'm not afraid of you, but I'm afraid of the bad association. And what is the bad association? The one who always speaks, even devotional service, bad about others. Now, if I'm also doing, it's not I'm speaking. We need to be very careful about in our practices. We should not offend aparadhas. We have to protect. So we have to be conscious. That's it. Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is like shaving with sharp razor. You have to be very careful. You cannot. You can just. I remember when first time I shaved, I cut so many pieces. Still the mark is there here, here or here somewhere. So Krishna consciousness means shaving is sharp razor. We are there. We should be conscious. Where am I? The sangha, who I take association with, who I to be merciful to. It's a journey. It's a serious journey. Yeah, there's nothing wrong to be conscious and afraid of this. Yes, we have to be afraid of it. Otherwise, we'll take it casually, and we will repeat the same mistakes, become cause of. I'm seeing this because you asked this. In Vrindavan, the monkeys, other animals, birds, they are very advanced souls actually.
Yeah.
They also got bodies like this. Vrindavan, why there has to be animal bodies? Because of the offenses we commit. This is also Vrindavan. We live in the devotee association. I don't know. Does it help on that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's to be concerned, but not overly concerned that your sadhana is always afraid. What will happen? I have so much of sin. Yes. Recognizing this, that's called humility. That is one of the limb of bhakti. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying, recognizing your faults, recognizing your shortcomings, recognizing your that you're sinful, that is one of the limb of bhakti. Does everyone knows that? That's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. Amara jivana sada paperata nahi punyera le. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when you go to the Lord, you have to feel my life is full of sinful activity. There are no good actions I did. So that's symptom of humility. And humility is one of the limb of bhakti. Just chanting and giving big lecture and putting in Facebook, those are not really thing. Bhakti means these 6 things. Dainyatma nivedana, gatriti parana, avasya rakhibe Krishna, viswasa palana. So dainya is one of the important limb of bhakti. Thank you. So it's 8. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
कृपा सिंधु
Devacha.